Hello everyone, this is Jasmina, and in this video I'm going to talk about the changes that will occur in period 9 in the way we read our charts. So we do read them differently because different stars are timely. The biggest shift is with star 2. Now for periods 3 through 8, star 2 is an illness star. And so for basically the last 120 years, star 2 has been an illness star. So uh, this is not something most people alive today have ever experienced. But for periods 9 through period 2, star 2 is actually a wealth star. Very, very different in its energies. And it's going to take some getting used to, but this is something that we probably have to ease into just because we've been so conditioned about star 2. Now, this is really talking about star 2 in your flying star chart and in your purple white chart. Now, so that means that even places without an activated special formation in their flying stars and purple white chart, the sectors with star 2 in the sitting position does not lead to illness. It may not be a great sector, but it's because it, you know, it doesn't really function as a wealth star in a sitting position. But it's possible that it might let chronic conditions ease a bit so that they're not a financial burden. That is the way it could work. But if you have no chronic illnesses, this maybe keep you a little healthier so that you don't have to spend money on your health, that is. Now, sectors with star 2 in the facing position are fantastic places for home offices in period 9. And this is a very big difference than what it was before. Now, without an activated special formation in your house, the star 5 will still be a negative star. And there's no changes in the way we read that. But because both star 2 and star 5 are Earth stars, it does make it a lot more challenging to cure the star 5 under certain circumstances. So a 5-2 combo with a 5 in the sitting, 2 in the facing, if that's in your flying star chart, it becomes more tricky to treat. You may be able to quietly work in the space on job related, or financial related matters, and you may not have to put metal cure there. Now, if you put a metal cure there for the 5, you also tap down on the 2. So that's the issue. If you cure the 5, you weaken or more or less destroy the wealth capabilities of the star 2. So this is very, very challenging. Now, you must be very careful not to activate the star 5 with a fire or water or too much noise or too much activity. That would activate it. But that's why you might be able to use this space for home office if you don't need to speak very much, if you don't listen to music while you work, if you just sit there and type on a computer, you should be okay. But sometimes you can accidentally activate the combo 5, and then you could have some serious illnesses arise. Then you would definitely want to put a metal cure there. And yes, the rest of the year, the 2 isn't going to work either. In fact, this will be kind of permanent because this is in your flying star chart. So yeah, you basically don't have a really good home office here anymore once you've activated it. You may have a little more illness here, but we're talking about serious illnesses that basically make it hard for you to work more than like a couple days. I mean, if you get the flu, yeah, you're going to be in bed a day or two. Get the flu shot, you probably won't have to be in bed more than a day, and that's fine. Now, if you have a combo of 2 and 5 sitting and facing, this is best as a storeroom, a laundry, a bathroom. And of course, this assumes you don't have an activated special formation. If you have an activated special formation, The 5 is also timely. Well, actually, I should say there's 4 special formations that will do this, and I'll talk about that in a second. But otherwise, the 2-5 combo isn't really a good combo because it's still a problematic star for money, and it doesn't do a whole lot for helping your health either, because star 2 is a wealth star, which doesn't have anything to do with your health in general. Now, these 4 types of formations will make all stars timely for all periods. So, but it has to be activated. These formations have to be activated. Now, I have 2 videos. One will tell you which special formation you actually have in your house. Every house with a definitive facing direction has one of 6 special formations, but 2 of the 6 don't make all stars become timely for all periods. The remaining 4 do, and these are the remaining 4. And then the second video will explain how to know whether or not you can activate, or whether or not it's already activated, or what you need to do to activate one of these 4 special formations. And if you can do it, it's really, really worth it, because it makes it a much better house, a much smoother life also. Now, according to most masters, in fact, and I would say maybe all masters, they all say that star 2 as an annual or monthly star is still an illness star, and it's more important as an annual star, as an illness star. But I'm a little bit skeptical about this, because 2 is timely. It shouldn't be such a problem. Now, unfortunately, in period 7, I was just starting to learn about feng shui, and there was basically no videos online that would discuss this. In fact, there was no places to get a free feng shui flying star chart either during period 7. And so, at least at the beginning of it. And so nobody, I mean, I don't have any knowledge of how did they treat star 7 during period 7, the annual star 7 during period 7. If they treated it as a good star because it was timely, then star 2 as an annual star should also be timely. This is my quandary. Now, in 2024, star 2 is in a sector with 2 of the annual afflictions. And I would not use this sector if it's not necessary, because it's pretty easy to activate those annual afflictions. But it may be necessary. And if you've been using this sector, and this will be in the southeast, and you can continue to use it at a regular pace, it should be okay. Just try not to do something that will activate it by a lot of noise, a lot of activity, or at least more noise or activity than what is normal. That's kind of the key. And not digging outside in that sector, all that kind of stuff. Now, this can change in 2025. I've been doing so much new stuff, I haven't actually looked at 2025. Star 2 will go to the center, so it really won't have an annual affliction. So this may tell us something, because it will be able to, we won't have this confluence of annual affliction and the star 2. This might tell me something in 2025, what star 2 is actually acting like. Now, I'm going to experiment myself, and I will see what other types of issues that any of my clients may have concerning star 2. I mean, if we can pin it down to star 2, that will tell me whether or not the masters are right. Now, none of the masters alive today was alive when star 2 was a well star. So they've not experienced it. So I'm still open to the possibility that it's a timely star, and it's still a wealth star. Now, I will make my judgment on the annual star 2 based on these observations, but it's going to take me more than a year to determine this, because this will be the first year before I can really test it. Now, just because we enter a new period, this does not mean your residence's flying star changes. It doesn't. If you move into a residence that was first occupied before period 9 starts on February 4th of 2024, it will remain the same period unless something was done to change the period. Now, if this house was in foreclosure, or if it was a perhaps inherited by people who live out of state, uh, it is possible that it could have a 90-day period of time with nobody living there. Uh, most foreclosures take longer than that. So it possibly could change it if you move in after period 9 starts. Oftentimes you can find this information if you live in a place that has decent records about a property's quote unquote history. Now, multi-unit buildings like apartments, flats, condos, they typically don't change the period from the time in which it was completed, because basically it would mean that the entire building has to become unlivable for 90 consecutive days. And that's really, really rare. Now, before you decide to change the period of your house, because you could do that if you wanted to, make sure that the period 9 house has a better charts, all the different charts, because not all houses will be better in period 9 as a period 9 house compared to whatever period they actually are. So don't just willy-nilly do this. So if you have questions, you can leave a comment or email me here. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I look forward to some comments. Thank you again for watching.